All right. What's up, everybody? All my people in Manhattan, the Bronx, Queens, all the way out to Staten Island, my home borough, Brooklyn. Back out with another video. This is going to be a prediction video for the 2026 NBA Finals between the San Antonio Spurs and the New York Knicks. First, I want to say that I am excited that the NBA has decided to bring back the Larry O'Brien Trophy at center court for the NBA Finals. That used to be an NBA Finals tradition, and they stopped doing it for whatever reason. I don't know why, but I'm glad they brought it back because, be honest with you, the NBA Finals, it doesn't feel as, grand as it used to, if you will. Like the NBA Finals used to, it didn't have a Super Bowl like feel to it, but something close to it. We're like, oh shit, like this is a big deal. It's the finals. This is it. This is for all the marbles. The last few years, it just felt like another playoff series. And honestly, it's kind of felt that way since the pandemic. 2020, the pandemic final, the bubble championship, I think that was the beginning of the NBA Finals losing its aura, if you will. And ever since then, it's been kind of gradual decline. But I think bringing back the Larry O'Brien Trophy will help bring back some of the esteem and some of the grandness, if you will, to the NBA Finals. Okay, I know that may sound silly to you guys, but again, just to me, the NBA Finals hasn't felt grand since the 2019 Finals. Okay? But anyway, with that being said, let's get serious. My prediction for who's going to win the 2026 NBA championship. The New York Knicks, they were down 2-1 to the Atlanta Hawks, and they came back and destroyed them and won the series in 6 games. Then they completely destroyed the Philadelphia 76ers by sweeping them and totally eviscerated the Cleveland Cavaliers in the conference finals. But, they haven't played a team like the Spurs. No disrespect to any of those teams. None of them are the San Antonio Spurs with that alien Victor Wembanyama, who's helped return the Spurs franchise to glory after Kawhi Leonard. Tim Duncan, he retired in 2016. The Spurs won 67 games. They lost to the Thunder in the second round. Duncan retired, and Kawhi Leonard took over. In 2017, he was third in MVP voting behind Russell Westbrook and James Harden. The Spurs won 61 games. They got all the way to the conference finals, and Kawhi Leonard was whooping the Warriors' ass. They put Klay Thompson on him. He whooped Klay's ass. They put KD on him. Kawhi was whooping KD's ass. It took a Zaza Pachulia shot, dirty play to take out Kawhi Leonard. And the Warriors went on to sweep the Spurs and win that series and go on to win the championship. But if Zaza hadn't done that, that series would have won 7 games. After that, Kawhi missed most of the next season, and the Spurs began to break down. There was a lot of issues with Kawhi and the Spurs. Greg Popovich, Ginobili, and Paca. The Spurs, they still ended up making the playoffs, but that was the first year since 1996-97 that they didn't win over 50 games. And I believe they lost in the first round of the playoffs. I forgot to who, though. But I remember they lost in the first round. After that, Ginobili retired. Parker went to Charlotte. And Kawhi, of course, was traded to Toronto, where he went on to win a championship. And the Spurs fell off big time. The Spurs fell off big time until they drafted this kid from France, Victor Wembanyama, this alien. And he's helped restore glory to that Spurs franchise. And he can do it big time if they win it all. And this is the Knicks' first time in the NBA Finals since 1999. And the last time they were in the finals, they faced the San Antonio Spurs, who were led by a second-year Tim Duncan and David Robinson, who was in his 10th year in the NBA at that point. Of course, the Spurs lost that series the Knicks lost that series in 5 games. And that was the first of many championships for the San Antonio Spurs. The Spurs got a great squad. Wembanyama, Stephon Castle, De'Aaron Fox, the Texas native. They won over 60 games this year. The New York Knicks, of course, very talented team led by Jalen Brunson, who's a guy, no disrespect, I didn't think Jalen Brunson could get us to this. I didn't think Jalen Brunson could get the Knicks to an NBA Finals appearance. I thought he was a talented player, but a guy who could lead a team to a championship, and I didn't see that. I didn't see that coming at all. With that being said, I think the series is going to last longer than 5 games. 99, the Spurs gentlemen swept the Knicks. I don't think it's going to be a gentleman's sweep. I have the series going 6 games. And who do I have winning the series? After long thought and careful consideration, I have the San Antonio Spurs winning the series in 6 games. And Wembanyama winning his first championship and the 6th championship overall in the San Antonio Spurs franchise history. I know a lot of my fellow Knicks fans are going to be mad at me for that. Look, guys, I try to keep it as honest and objective on this channel as I possibly can. And I'm going to say this. I'm going to be rooting for the Knicks. Trust me, I'm going to root for the Knicks. But my head, My head tells me the Spurs are going to win this series in 6 games. The Spurs are going to win the series, but I'm going to be rooting for the Knicks. And if the Knicks happen to win, that'll be great. But again, going with my head, going with, honesty and objectivity, I think the Spurs are going to win the series in 6 games, and Wembanyama will obviously be the Finals MVP. That's just honesty and objectivity. I hope my fellow Knicks fans can respect that. And if you can't, oh well. But again, I'm gonna be rooting for the Knicks, but in my head, I'm thinking the Spurs are gonna win this. Okay, but again, that's just my opinion. Tell me in the comments section down below, who do you have winning the series? Do you have the Spurs or do you have the Knicks? And how long do you think the series will last? If you have the Knicks winning, who do you think will be Finals MVP? I mean, of course, it'll be Jalen Brunson. Who are you kidding? But tell me all your thoughts in the comment section down below. Don't forget to click like button, subscribe, help a young brother grow on YouTube, and I'm going to see you all.